What's going on, YouTube? It's the one and only Knox Hill, and listen. Yes, I'm well aware. Joyner Lucas is back. He has graced us with a brand new song and video. It's none other than The Devil's Work 2, and that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. One. Is that Joyner singing? And that's how I walk through the door every day. Right there on the table. I mean, that's all you need to get by. Hennessy, gun, and the Bible. When the zombie apocalypse hits and The Last of Us happens, Joyner's good.
Guess we gotta try this again. Dear Lord, I know that we've been here before. It's been a long time, I hope that you don't slam the door. I try to walk away, but there's some shit I can't ignore. I could be wrong, but seems like you don't even care no more. Cause since I last
slam the door, care no more. I love how he slant rhymes that to fit into that smooth 3-syllable end scheme. And talking about this beat, he's got two really cool vocal sounds happening. One, it sounds like him going like, oh, that he's just like looped. And it's kind of like a megaphone effect or a filter pass way down buried in the mix. And then there's like a higher pitch, whether it's taking him and pitching that higher or a female voice. So you have like these two vocals that have been just like synthesized into the beat. And it becomes like a natural part of the instrumental itself. And just gives it like a different kick and a different feel. All right, let's keep it rolling.
Know that we've been here before. It's been a long time, I hope that you don't slam the door. I try to walk away, but there's some shit I can't ignore. I could be wrong, but seems like you don't even care no more. Cause since our last talk, you ain't playing fair no more. And when I pray, it kinda feel like you ain't there no more. I still don't understand why niggas who deserve it dies living, but the ones who ain't deserve it isn't here no more. And no, I don't want no one else to
tough line. Then you see Breonna Taylor on the screen, and you have him talking about the ones that are still here. Don't seem like they're the ones that deserve to be here versus the ones who get their lives taken. Hitting with some heavy statements right away, and that piano is so smooth.
I was living, but the ones who ain't deserve it isn't here no more. And no, I don't want no one else to die. Instead of trading souls, I got something else in mind. There's a lot of moments that I wish that I could change. I could fix a lot of pain if you help me out this time. Maybe we can undo all the damage, press rewind. Reset the clock and make it so some niggas never die. Or maybe fix all the mistakes of those that's still alive and give them all a second try. Erase that Will Smith slap and turn them back around. Or wait till they get backstage.
Notice how they time the slap when Will Smith does the slap for when the percussion drops in and the drum line starts running. I just love the syncing of the visuals with the beat itself. And I love the way that he sets this up. I'm like stuttering on my words right now trying to get him out for Joyner. But he's talking to God. Right? And I love this dialogue because the way that he lays it out, you can just sense in his voice sort of that negativity, someone who's been disillusioned. You see it through the visuals. Why is he drinking Hennessy? Why is he feeling this way? And then it's like he's got all this to get off of his chest. It almost feels like an ill mind of Hobson type of vibe. You know, this is him just going to lay out the bars, just going to lay out the lines and everything that he feels is wrong and all the shit that he sees and what he's going through.
Pain, if you help me out this time. Maybe we can undo all the damage, press rewind. Reset the clock and make it so some niggas never die. Or maybe fix all the mistakes of those that's still alive and give them all a second try. Erase that Will Smith slap and turn them back around. Or wait till they get backstage so they can have it out. Or maybe make it so that Chris.
I just noticed that. That's so dope how it rewinds. And Joyner talking about, man, if he could play like Back to the Future right now and rewind that time. That's a dope visual.
Back around.
But going backwards so he walks back. Nice.
So they get backstage so they can have it out. And maybe make it so that Chris chose a different joke. A different topic, something Jada won't be mad about. Matter of fact, let's talk about this shit I'm sad about.
I mean, you guys tell me what you think. We've spoken on that Will Smith situation. I think that even if Chris Rock doesn't make that joke, at some point in time, you're going to get a Will Smith outburst. Because to take it to that level with someone who's been so used to critique with his level of celebrity and having comedians joke on him for years and years, like there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that led to that boiling point. Like that man is going through some stuff up here.
Backstage so they can have it out. And maybe make it so that Chris chose a different joke. A different topic, something Jada won't be mad about. Matter of fact, let's talk about this shit I'm sad about. When Pop Smoke accidentally leaked that address out. Lord, you know the streets crazy, how you drive the ball. When you know niggas keep a target on these rappers now. And give us Kobe Bryant back, we a mess without him. Take back the day he ever stepped inside the helicopter. Make him take the car instead and forget the chopper. Maybe make him take the car instead
instead of forget the chopper. And, you know, it's funny how these singular moments in life, like one little situation, and if you just tweak that, if you just change it, these people who are now gone are still here. Kobe Bryant taking a car, you know, Pop Smoke not leaking that address.
Talking on these rappers now and give us Kobe Bryant back. We a mess without him. Take back the day he ever stepped inside that helicopter. Make him take the car instead and forget the chopper. Maybe take a different route or get a different driver. Can't believe you took his daughter and she left behind him. It's kind of hard to see the.
Can't believe you took his daughter. She left behind him. Every line he delivers, he's got sort of a great sense of composure. Like he's not accelerating too fast. He's not pushing it too far. It's a very slow, composed flow for this beat. And he knows when to pause and to let things sink in. And it's like storytelling type Joyner, except he's just giving you kind of his raw thoughts in his stream of conscious.
Get a different driver. Can't believe you took his daughter and she left behind him. It's kind of hard to see the positive and that's the problem. I know you don't make mistakes, but I was hoping you'll erase that bullshit so his family won't be left without him. And I wish I could fly to Russia on a different mission and make him pay for putting Brittany Griner in the prison. Or maybe you could bring her back to February 17th and you could take the CBD so she ain't flying with it. Or maybe change that 9 years and give her 9 minutes. Or better yet, change the.
I mean, that's heavy. We all know that was a charade that the Russians held her because, well, they wanted to do a prisoner swap, and they got what they wanted in the end.
She ain't flying with it. Or maybe change that 9 years and give her 9 minutes. Or better yet, change the laws so they can stop tripping. I know that's a lot to wish, and it ain't my business. But until you grant my wish, I ain't gonna stop wishing. But Lord, listen, this shit irking me. Now how you take PMB, that shit absurd to me. So many questions about that shit, and it's disturbing me. The niggas can't eat waffles without security.
Again, like he was sharing it on social media, wasn't he? And he was at Roscoe's, and then all of a sudden someone rolls up and pop, and that's it. Like, it's like you can't share your location at all. Like, it's just taking things to a whole new level. And you just think about the amount of MCs that we lost over the past few years to the violence, man. It's just crazy.
So many questions about that shit, and it's disturbing me. The niggas can't eat waffles without security. And niggas can't work hard and go buy some jewelry. That one hurt to see. And by the end of the song, they gon' try to murder me. And if they do, I hope my fans take it personally. I know you hear me talking, Lord, don't be curving me. Won't you take us back to Kylie Jenner's party? Before them shots hit the floor, before the bullets ricochet and leave it dripping more. We don't know the truth or if we misinformed, but
before the shots hit the floor, you hear him in the back of the ad-lib going pop, pop, pop. But obviously, he hasn't mentioned Tori yet. I'm wondering if we're going to get a Tory Lanez bar, if we're just going to leave that implied for the listener to fill in those blanks.
Before the bullets ricochet and leave it dripping more. We don't know the truth or if we misinformed, but either way, take it back and make Tori hop inside a different car.
So it's pretty cool is the way that this lighting is set up. And basically what they've done is they've taken like big ass lights and they put them outside of the window there. And they're having it shine in. So it looks like an over bright sort of daylight, and it's got more of a blue hue to it. But that's just basically like studio lights that are just strapped outside of the window that are shining through right there. And it's a really dope silhouette. And I think there's like a little bit of like a smoke machine going too, because it's a little bit hazy, a little bit smoky as he walks around and performs.
Know the truth or if we misinformed, but either way, take it back and make Tori hop inside a different car. Broke my heart.
There's Tori, he mentioned it.
Misinformed, but either way, take it back and make Tori hop inside a different car. Broke my heart when DMX died, I hit the call. Feel like that nigga was an angel in a different form. Might have had a drug problem like he did before, but he was fighting demons, and I know that that's a different war.
That might be the heaviest line so far. I know he's fighting demons. He was fighting demons, and that's a different war. You know, nobody can relate to that war, and that's the greatest war all of us will fight, is against that man in the mirror. That's a heavy line.
I'm like he did before, but he was fighting demons, and I know that that's a different war. You must got a major ego. I ain't trying to disrespect or trying to play the hero. But when you took Takeoff, you took my favorite Migos. Look, I don't know how that makes sense, because it makes zero. The fucking wrong place, wrong.
That's a bar right there. Not really like a bar-filled track, because it doesn't call for that, but I like when he slides in a little punchline right there. It doesn't make sense. It makes zero. It makes zero sense, but also like it's literally earning nothing. In fact, it's probably more of a negative of all things.
My favorite Migos. Look, I don't know how that makes sense, because it makes zero. The fucking wrong place, wrong time. That ain't G-Lo. Took that man right in his prime. That's playing Evo. When Tiny Lester died, I cried and played CeeLo. Because I can't even watch Friday without saying Devo. You know this shit.
If you have not seen the movie Friday, do yourself a favor, go watch it sometime, man.
Play CeeLo, cause I can't even watch Friday without saying Debo. You know this shit.
And he played Debo in Friday, so I can't even watch Friday without saying Debo. And then that relates to sort of an inside joke in Friday.
Play CeeLo, cause I can't even watch Friday without saying Debo. You know this shit got me stressed, right? Staring at the Bible, trying to figure out who's next. Like, why you take the ones who ain't deserve it, see what death like? Meanwhile, 6ix9ine free, living his best life. Go back to the day that he took the stage.
Look at this, man. This man is really spitting. Like, sometimes when you get a music video, obviously the track plays, and you as an artist, you just ad-lib, right? Joyner is not ad-libbing this. Joyner is literally spitting over top of this as you see the spit just fly out of his mouth. I love to see that because it just makes it more of an impassioned delivery.
That's right. Staring at the Bible, trying to figure out.
Watch this shit.
Next life. Why you take the ones who ain't deserve it, see what death like? Meanwhile, 6ix9ine free, living his best life.
Look at that, living his best, and it just flies everywhere. Need like a visor to watch this man spit right now, but then he's going in on 6ix9ine.
Why you take the ones who ain't deserve it, see what death like? Meanwhile, 6ix9ine free, living his best life. Go back to the day that he took the stand and confessed, right?
You see what's important too is like he sets up all of these fallen MCs and these fallen greats within the culture, right? And then he finally starts to go in on some of the other ones who are still here. And it just makes it hit even heavier when you start thinking like that, like, man, we lost Pop Smoke. You know, we've lost so many greats, and yet people like 6ix9ine are still around. And it could really make you question, yeah, is God out there? That's why he's talking to God, because it makes you just question, is there actually good in the world? I mean, it seems like it's all negative. It seems like the devil's work is happening each and every day through these examples that he gives.
6ix9ine free, living his best life. Go back to the day that he took the stand and confessed, right? Tape his mouth shut so he never talked to the fans. Like, make him do his time so his niggas gotta do less, right? Make him learn from Bobby.
Make him do time. Make him do his time. So the ones around his circle, they do less. But because he decided to snitch and sell out his people, all of a sudden they're doing more time and he's doing less.
He never talked to the fans like, make him do his time so
that's just, man, these are just cold bars.
niggas gotta do less, right? Make him learn from Bobby so he can know what respect like. Lord forgive me for
Make him learn from Bobby Smurda. Has he been let out yet, Bobby? I haven't even checked on that. So anyways, they tried to give Bobby a deal multiple times, and then he turned it down. And then what did it get to the point when he came out and said, like, they tried to give his mans 12, and I think he got 5, right, if he took a plea. But he was like, nah, I don't want him to do 12. So instead, Bobby took on 2 extra years. He took on 7, so his mans could also get 7. And that was the deal that they negotiated. Joyner Lucas saying, you know, you got one man over here who's snitching, who's running around free, seems to be living his best life, getting all this attention. Meanwhile, over here, you got someone who's doing his time, who is not selling out his friends, who is still being loyal. And look where that gets him.
language in these bad words, but that Candace Owens bitch get on my last nerve. Forgive me for my language in these bad words, but that Candace Owens bitch get on my last nerve. How you gonna tell me that what we witnessed on TV was a murder when we watch niggas turn his ass into Casper? George died from asphyxiation and that's a factor. Fentanyl or not, he'd have never died in his last words. Well, I cannot breathe, so really she gotta chill. Or maybe they should trade places so she can see how I feel.
Wow.
Lil'
That's heavy. That's heavy. Going in on the conservative pundit Candace Owens, right? Because she said, I'm not as informed on her statements on the George Floyd situation, but I can only assume that she was going in on he should not be celebrated because he was a past criminal. But what's Joyner saying at the end of the day? I mean, where's the humanity in the situation? Put yourself in that man's shoes. You know, no matter what he's done in his past, did he deserve to die? No. Why is the man saying I can't breathe at the end of it? And Joyner is saying, you know, you take away those police officers, you take away that situation, that man's still living.
She gotta chill, or maybe they should trade places so she can see how I feel. Little bitch got me stressed, God. Probably not prepared for what I'm asking next, God. Bring Ye mama back, cause he a mess, God. And he ain't been the same ever since Donda West died. Yeah, that's the day Kanye West died. First his heart, then his mind, then the rest died. And if your baby...
Wow. Just when I think it can't get any deeper and heavier, like, man is just giving you his raw, unfiltered thoughts right now. But that statement right there, Kanye West died that day, like the day that his mom died, that Kanye died because he lost his guidance, he lost his anchor, And he's just gone off the rails ever since then. That is heavy.
Yeah, that's the day Kanye West died. First his heart, then his mind, then the rest died. And if your bank account is overkill, your soul could be broken still. Even a rich spirit money can't buy.
Another great, like, I love when you can have a punchline like that, but also drop a bar of wisdom at the same time.
Account is overkill, your soul could be broken still.
If your account is overkill, if you're making way too much money, it doesn't matter. Because that money is not going to heal your soul. It's not going to buy you out of that if you're broken spirit.
Then his mind, then the rest died. And if your bank account is overkill, your soul could be broken still. Even a rich spirit money can't buy. I pray that
Leaving a rich spirit money can't buy, right? Trying to pursue a rich spirit, because you could be poor ass broke, but you could be very rich in spirit and very rich in soul and happy and balanced internally. Or you could be incredibly rich and be very broken in here. I know which choice I would take.
Kanye West died. First his heart, then his mind, then the rest died. And if your bank account is overkill, your soul could be broken still. Even a rich spirit money can't buy. I pray the heavens watch me. Rest in peace.
Hear that really cool? As the percussion rolls in, it just jumps back and forth. You got the editing that flicks back between that blue lighting and that silhouette that we talked about, and then that close-up shot of Joyner. But even notice how the blue light connects it all. Like, you could still see it shining on his face right there.
Even a rich spirit money can't buy.
I
pray the heavens watch me.
It's really dope editing and just like chop editing to sync that up.
Still, even a rich spirit money can't buy. I pray the heavens watch me. Rest in peace, Biz Marquis, you got peace. Young Dolph, King Von, Drake in your top 3. Black Rob, Troubles, Virgil and Shock G. Pat Stay, K Slay, afraid of God G.
Pat Stay, K Slay, fortunately died from COVID, man. That was crazy. K Slay. Pat Stay, we know, tried to break up that bar fight. Unfortunately got stabbed. Rest in peace to a battle rap legend. Just so many legends and pioneers and greats within the culture that he's just shouting out right now. Biz Marquis, rest in peace as well, man.
Rob Troubles, Virgil and Shock G.
Wow.
Pat Stay,
Virgil Blow, yeah.
Slay, afraid of God G. Almost took Lil TJ, but I'm happy he godly. Lord, you even took Black.
Almost took Lil TJ, but I'm happy he godly. In this case, godly like holy, because man was shot what, like 50 Cent? 50 was shot 9 times, wasn't he? How many times was he shot? Like 7? Man, still survived. He's still coming back with that music.
Top 3, Black Rob, Troubles, Virgil and Shock G. Pat Stay, K Slay, afraid of God G. Almost took Lil TJ, but I'm happy he godly. Lord, you even took Black Panther, that's not G. And when Sidda Musabala.
Chadwick Boseman, man, rest in peace again. Black Panther's just not the same without that man. He was something to marvel at.
Godly. Lord, you even took Black Panther, that's not G. And when Sidda Musabala got shot, that shot me. Begging for your guidance on this ghetto.
Wait, he's a Indian rapper, isn't he? But not in India. He's Canada.
Got shot, that shot me. Begging for your guidance on.
When he got shot, that shot me. Oh, that hits heavy. You know, Joyner practicing what you preach, putting himself in someone else's shoes.
And when Sidda Musabala got shot, that shot me. Begging for your guidance on this ghetto earth. Frustrated, trying to understand how heaven works.
That's really dope. You see how the editing right now is like kind of blurred? And to me, that represents like that liquor's really sinking in. He starts off with the Hennessy because you know the saying, moment of clarity. Jay-Z did a song about it. Thank God for Grammy. This moment of clarity, this moment of honesty. So in this case, like he's drinking the liquor and then he's just making him unfiltered with his thoughts. But now as we get towards the end of this track, it's getting a lot blurrier because that liquor's really starting to hit in and affect his senses right now. That's dope.
Begging for your guidance on this ghetto earth. Frustrated, trying to understand how heaven works. I'm just hoping you can pull a couple strings and redo a couple things so maybe we can get a second turn. You took juice from us that forever hurts. But putting the blame on you, that'll never work.
Rest in peace, Juice WRLD, man. 999, all day, every day.
This ain't your fault, it's the devil's work.
Oh, hang on.
We can get a second turn. You took juice from us that forever hurts. But putting the blame on you, that'll never work. I know this ain't your fault. Forever hurts. But putting the blame on you, that'll never work. I know this ain't your fault, it's the devil's work. Devil's work.